Let's get to the North American mid rankings, or the EU mid rankings.
I like that, NA-EU mids.
Yeah, well, you know, they're mostly European, so you got to put in that little bit.
Yeah, can we just say there are 2 mid laners in this split that were born in North America, playing in the NALCS?
Yes.
2.
Yeah.
20%.
That's good. Yeah. Good numbers. Good percentage.
Not bad.
As always, Eric, since yours are better, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean,
start with yours.
With the NA mid laners, you got to start with a trio of EU mid laners, even though Bjergsen is, again, from NA. He's an EU guy. I got Jensen, number 1. I know Bjergsen, MVP, 4-time MVP in the NALCS. No one else even has 2. But, I mean, Jensen, with the addition of Svenskeren, I think Cloud9 is going to be playing even more through Jensen in this split. I know they kind of went away from it a bit during the playoffs because that's kind of why they were knocked out by Dignitas. But I feel like they'll kind of have a better grasp on when to play around Jensen and how exactly to do it. And I think he's going to be just dominant like he was in the summer split again. Bjergsen is Bjergsen. He's always going to be, at worst, top 2 mid laner in the region. Then you got Febiven coming in, who, by the way, might have had the best split of EU mid laners last year in the EU LCS. So, I mean, you got to put him near the top coming into this split. He was the best player on CLG last split throughout the playoffs. He carried them to some games in that gauntlet run, and I never thought I'd be saying that he's the best player on CLG, but he has been, and I think he'll continue to. POB and Power of Evil.
Close.
That was close, yeah. I feel like that one could go either way. Some people probably want Power of Evil even ahead of Huhi, but I think Pobelter, just on the better team, probably won't have to do as much, not as much pressure on him on that squad, and I think that's why he's slightly ahead of Power Evil, but that one's very close. Ryu and Phoenix. Ryu had some questionable moments last split, but I think with the addition of Prawley on that squad and some vocal guys, I think he'll be back more so to the H2K Ryu. Maybe not as good, but he'll be close. Phoenix, I really have no idea. Maybe he could soar up here and be like 4th or 5th, but I just don't see that happening.
And who's that on the bottom there? Is that High?
Or Fly? Fly, High. I can't really make an argument for High not being 10th. I know his shot calling, it's going to win them games. He's the best shot caller in the history of North America. He very well may be, but he's probably the 10th best mid laner.
Mechanically. Yes. He's not very good. He's shown time and time again that he just loves to fall behind in CS, which, I mean, hard to argue with having those 3 European guys up top. Jensen, Bjerg, Febiven. I mean, for me, it's pretty much the same thing. Believe it or not, we differ on only one thing, and that's because I put Bjergsen above Jensen. That's the only difference we had.
I mean, you can't really argue. Anytime you're putting Bjergsen at the top, it's hard to make a crazy argument against that or to call you ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the safer pick. I almost put Febiven at number 1. I was very close. I think he's going to be a standout on that Clutch Gaming team. I think he'll be a star with Lyra in the jungle, just kind of showing all the support to that mid lane like you kind of see on Cloud9. I think it'll be a pretty mid-centric team with the ball lane holding their own, and then Solo basically playing solo top, just being by himself and holding his own in that top lane. Other than that, I pretty much agree with you across the board when it comes to those mid lane rankings.
It does look good.
It's identical, other than Bjergsen and Jensen. I just think Jensen's got that new team that might take some time. I think it was a downgrade at a couple positions. Licorice, obviously not as good as Impact, and then the Svenskeren thing with the brand new jungler. Contracts was an expert at playing around mid. Might take some time for Svenskeren to learn how to play around Jensen as well, whereas Bjergsen, again, I know there's all these changes around him, but teams are going to have to focus at bot lane to a certain degree. Sven and Mythi are going to draw a lot of attention. Otherwise, if they get to that late game team fighting, there's not many better than them. So they're going to target that bot lane, and maybe Bjergsen can be a bit more aggressive and go back to his older ways where he could kind of just dominate the map and roam around and have this huge impact. So that's why I put Bjergsen at number 1. Obviously, it's a safe pick. So, it's very safe. It's boring, but yeah, I think it's correct.
You thought Febiven might go number 1, and then you end up dropping him to 3.
Yeah.
What happened?
Again, it's safer. I do think he's got the potential to be number 1 in North America with that roster. But when you look at what Bjergsen has around him, what Jensen has around him, It's tough to put Kevin up there in the very first split on this new team. Might take some time, but maybe in summer, he can take that crown.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Regardless, those 3 European guys.
Yeah, and that, just looking at that mid lane talent pool is absolutely insane.
Mostly.
I mean, yeah, the bottom 2 or 3 maybe, but I mean that top 7, top 6. The top 6 is absolutely nutty for this NALCS season.
Yes, I think Rio will get back to form too, to be honest with you, with probably as head coach and this new team of positive attitudes with Medios and Aphromu doing the shot calling.
Yeah!
Let's get them, team. And someday in Rio we'll have a bit of a connection too, the 2 Korean speakers on this roster. So look for Rio to maybe take a step up into that rankings as well. So
how long does the positive attitude last? Let's be honest.
0-18,
it's okay that you're 0-5 this game, man. We'll come back. It's cool.
Oh, wait, we lost.
Damn.
Okay.
5 in a row we've lost.
Feels bad.
Lose that pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's a very good point, but I don't think they will. I don't think they'll have that issue.
No, they're a pretty solid squad.
They are.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more esports content.